Alright, yeah, hey, cool. What's going on, everyone? It's me again, Trogdor, with another video about the UPBA. And this is the only one I'm doing right now. You know, the other leagues kind of didn't go so well, and it was only a short thing. No playoffs games at all. So yeah, just focusing on this one. So I'll actually get this video up on time. You know, I make one video is late, and Greg wants. Did I say Gray or Greg? Gray probably works at Greg's, doesn't he? I know that's a thing in the UK. I don't know. Anyway, one video is late, and suddenly he wants to speak to my manager, and there's this whole thing, and now it's like, I thought I trusted you, blah blah blah. Anyway, we're here for week number 11, and after Gray cheated, we were in not so great of a place in terms of our prospects for the future. Now, in this league, there are 12 people who make playoffs. The top 4 get the first round bye, and the numbers 5 through 12, the peasants, you might call them, have to duke it out for the next round. So then it's going to be like those 4, and then the 4 winners of 5 through 12 go on to the next round, and so on. So, I'm at just on the border between 12 and 13. I'm almost about to squeak in. To do so, I basically have to win my next 2 games, which if my opponent's team this week is any indicator, it's like, oh, okay, that's tough. Okay. Yeah, my opponent's got Hawlucha plus a Psychic Terrain Setter in DD. There's also this entire Nidoking and some other shit. A lot of things I was really worried about. And I had to pull out all of my team building skills and consult with some other experts and put together a pretty solid team. Basically, I did all the damage calculations of okay, how much can Urshifu do? Because Urshifu outspeeds everything when it's scarfed, except for Hawlucha. That Hawlucha is a problem, but I do have an entire Corviknight and an entire, what do you call it? What is it? It is Slowking, right. And then there's Nidoking, which is a problem, because it KOs everything. So I have to be, I'm actually rocking a Scarf Azu, so it's going to be a dual Scarfer. Let's get into the battle. Yeah, I'm doing postcom because I wasn't exactly able to record at the time of our battle. And now we are able to see the 6 that my opponent brought. Oh yeah, by the way, he has Aegislash too. So yeah, that's the thing. Of these 6, I got 4 right. Aegislash, Darm, Indeedee, and Lucha. There's no Nidoking. And I'm just like, why? Please tell me why you didn't bring Sheer Force, Life Orb, Modest, Nidoking. That just punches holes in everything. So my goal is lead with Druddigon. So you see I have got Druddigon here with the Rocky Helmet. I'm not rocking Swampert. I've got Druddigon with the rocks because the goal is I need chip on quite a few things. If I get a round of rocks or a round of Rocky Helmet on the Darm, Urshifu kills it. If I get a round of Rough Skin on the Aegislash, Urshifu kills it. If I get, Lucha's a whole different thing, but I'm looking at this squad, and and Tangela has to die. I'm looking at the squad. Raikou is going to be a Calm Mind sub, so I can set up on the Rotom and the Tangela. I wasn't expecting either of those things to come, really. I mean, Rotom maybe, but that's a thing that I can set up on. And Corviknight, keep alive until Lucha is gone, basically, and also it helps versus Aegislash, Azu. Less useful here now that there's no Nidoking. So I'm kind of looking at the squad and I'm thinking maybe if I can set up on either the Rotom or the Tangela, Raikou could put in the work. It's always a good time to buy Dogecoin. I say that semi-seriously, but in reality, Dogecoin was made just as a meme to show how absurd and hyped up the altcoin season is, because it's not based on actual value. It's all speculation and hype, and there's only one real thing that's actually gonna sustain itself over time. Anyway, So yeah, Slowking got relegated to Big Brain because it didn't do so well last game, and I don't know what bad play I made with it, but anyway, let's see what my opponent wants to do. Could just be Darm to get in like immediate momentum. It could be Rotom to just Volt Switch because I don't have a ground type here, which my opponent may see. Could be Aegislash to start just doing immediate shenanigans. I don't know. He could go Indeedee to just get the terrain right away. But either way, I need my rocks. His defog options are Rotom and Hawlucha. So, yeah. I need the chip, especially on Darm. Especially, I need the chip on Darm. So, we're getting into it. Good luck to my opponent, of course. Not too much good luck. And you can see that my opponent, TALYN, really put in effort for the for being better dressed than me. But the judges got back to me, and I actually just barely won out in that regard. Only because like I've got a blazer, and my gloves are actually very expensive. So there's that thing. And my shoes match the style. So TALYN coming very close in beating me in the dress. And I didn't even realize that he led Lucha. And that it's Mold Breaker. So, I'm just like, okay, you don't want to be unburdened, but he's Bulk Up. That's interesting. So Bulk Up Lucha sitting in front of my Darm, that's fine because I am physically defensive and I have the Dragon Tail. So this Lucha will take my Rough Skin Rocky Helmet plus a Dragon Tail. And it will be, after it comes back in on rocks, it might die to a Wicked Blow. Not trying to hype that up or anything, but this Lucha, especially because it's not unburdened. And here we see dual Wing Beat. So guess what? 1 round of Rough Skin, 1 round of Rocky Helmet, and another round of Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet. Not only that, but Hawlucha is Life Orb. And I go for the Dragon Tail. It dies on rocks when it comes in. So the biggest threat to me, the biggest threat to my team, turn 1, you played yourself. Essentially what just happened there. So Aegislash comes in. I don't want to mess around with this thing. Considering the Lucha is now a non-issue, I can be much more ballsy with my Corv. Normally I would have stayed there to, what do you call it? Gone for an EQ or something, or a Dragon Tail. So he goes for a Sneaky Shadow, which isn't going to do a whole lot to my Corv, but it's a fair bit. Because that Aegislash is Life Orb. So once upon a time, I was in a call with the UPBA, and me being me, I went on this whole rant about how Life Orb is one of the worst items to run in League, in most circumstances. And TALYN was like, nah, son. It's the best. And I'm just like, no, it isn't. It gives away your item, first of all, and so much of League is guesswork. It causes you to take chip. Oh, and look at that. It's a crit. That's great. That's okay. But you're doing a lot of damage to yourself. I can still go for another roost. So TALYN was like, when we play, I'm going to bring 6 Mons with Life Orb. I didn't take him seriously at the time, but I'm starting to think maybe the Mad Lad actually did it. And probably just to prove, like, I can beat you with 6 Life Orb if you're going to, like, do that. But at the same time, it's like, you have one of the best, you have, like, legitimately Nidoking, Sheer Force. Where is it? Please, tell me, why did you put Nidoking on the bench? It just dual stab, like, Fire Blast just laughs at my entire squad. Like, come on. But anyway. So I don't know if this Aegislash has King Shield or not. I can survive another Shadow Claw and still be at above half due to the first one being a crit. So now I know I can live the next one. Corviknight is being an absolute unit right here. And what do I got for this Aegislash? What do I got for it? Come on, show me what I got. I mean, it's in blade form, and I've already showed that I am faster than it. So I can fire off a Brave Bird right here. If he wants to King Shield, unfortunate. my attack would get lowered, but instead my opponent is going to withdraw, making me think that might just be offensive Aegislash without King Shield. Who knows? So Darm takes rocks. It is not Boots, which I was worried about, but Scarf is more likely. But at this rate, all I have to do is switch into my Drudagon. But this Darmanitan is Zen mode. Look at that. Have you ever seen a Zen mode Darmanitan in your entire life? Did you even know that thing was real? Like, is this like one of the top 10 questions that science still cannot explain? What is Zen mode Darmanitan doing there? So I go into Dagron just because, I figured that this is my switch to Darm. It goes for the Fire Blast. Oh, and guess what? The Darm is also Life Orb. So let's see. All the things that I need to chip are now chipped. And I have rocks up. And my Dagron's kind of useless now. As my opponent goes for the Expanding Force, that'll definitely take me out. Drudagon goes down. And now I have a free switch into Urshifu. As this thing is on like 1 HP. So I can go into Urshifu. I can click Wicked Blow, and anything will die. I could also predict him to save this for fodder later for whatever reason and go for a U-turn. Because, Scarf U-turn, the whole being able to go through Protect while having the Momentum Grabber, that's just insane and bonkers. So I just think, like, you know what, I'll just go for U-turn. However, my opponent does stay in. Urshifu getting another kill, proving itself to be, like, the most broken Pokemon of all time. Because, heck, I can use it and make it the MVP of the league. That means it's broken. So now I'm wondering what to do. I'll just go into Azu, see what he wants to send out in front of my Azu. Like, from his point of view, I could be Sub Belly Drum, I could be AV, I could be Banded, but joke's on you, nerd, I'm Scarf Azu. Kind of wishing that he had actually brought the Nidoking. Like, I'm still just baffled. That thing did so much damage to me. In comes a Rotom, which takes rocks. So maybe this is another Life Orb mob. Maybe he actually brought... Oh man, is my computer running out of storage? Hold on. Oh my god. Do I have enough? Okay, I've still got 26 gigabytes of storage on my video drive, so okay. Whew. Okay, so I go into Raikou because, as I said, I can set up on this thing. Its Dual Stab can't break my sub, which is fantastic. But he goes for the Defog. Now, that's fine. That's fine. I got damage on the things I needed to get damage on. Like, the Darm is dead. Lucha dies to anything now, and it's not unburdened. This Rotom took rocks. That's basically what I needed. So there's still some things that can be an issue, but I'm just going to set up a Calm Mind, because this can't break my sub, especially now that I'm +1. But does the sub calculate my defenses, the boost that I did before I use sub, or is this sub still at +0? I don't know. Either way, this Volt Switch right here will not break me, unless he gets a crit. But nope. And look, he took Life Orb damage. So that's like a Wisp, Defog, 2 attacks, Life Orb, Rotom. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. And the Aegislash comes in. Now maybe this thing wants to break my sub right here. Maybe I could just go for a Thunderbolts and Lightning, very, very frightening, and take him out right here. Thunderbolt is free. That's one of the reasons why I was worried about Nidoking, is like, Raikou wouldn't be free, but now it is. So it's like, oh, if Nidoking's below, geez, take a shot every time I say Nidoking. It's past Cinco de Mayo, but you know what? It's the midpoint between Cinco de Mayo and Trog Day, so make notes. Bonus points for choosing whiskey over tequila, because, that's what dragons do. Aegislash is dead now. My sub is dead as well, which is unfortunate. But Raikou really proving its worth. +1 special attack. You don't want to mess with. You don't mess with that. Don't mess with that. I've also got Scald, but that's useless. Like, come on, I can just Thunderbolt everything now. Even the Rotom, because it's the Rotom Fun with the flying type, whatever you call it. So, where does this leave us? It leaves us where I can kill this thing now. Lucha, what can it do to me? It can do... If this is Adamant Lucha, by the way, if that's Adamant Lucha, I outspeed it. Raikou is Eevee to outspeed Adamant Lucha, which is might be, I don't know. As he goes for the Drain Punch, I can probably live one of those, as that is unboosted. And Jolly, given that he outsped. And Thunderbolt is doing, like, 700% damage to that Lucha. So Lucha is gone. And Raikou might just clean up at this point. Like, I tailored this team to get the maximum number of kills with Urshifu. But it just turns out that Raikou is going to be the most valuable MVP for this game at least. It's looking like, but not of the season, not of the season. Remember when Pokemon were, actually designed with realistic animal proportions? Like, Raikou looks like an actual, dog, where that Indeedee, it's like, what does the skeleton of an Indeedee look like? Tell me, that doesn't make sense, right? Raikou makes sense. So Indeedee is here. I had the option of getting a lot of damage on this thing right now as it goes for an Expanding Force and kill me. And then, or just, going with the roll. I'm at +1, it's got a chance. Came close. Goes for the Expanding Force. That's going to take me out, but Urshifu can come in and just revenge it a little bit, you know? So that's going to be cool. But, guess what? 5th member with Life Orb right there. And it claims a kill instead of something that deserves it, like Bear Force 1. So I'm a little bit annoyed at that. The fact that his own recoil took him out. And just basically that was just robbing a kill of Urshifu. That's the reason number 5 why Life Orb is bad, is because... yeah. So Wicked Blow kills Rotom, that's going to be cool. And then it's only Tangela left, which it can't do a lot of damage to me, and I can just do a lot of damage to it. So I'm going to go for a Wicked Blow right here. So Urshifu claiming another kill. Versus the Rotom. You got a crit, obviously, but what? Wait, what? It lived that somehow? How does Rotom live that? Please tell me. It dies to its own Life Orb anyway, which... There's a second kill that was robbed of Urshifu. Okay, I'm a little bit annoyed at that. Just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. But it's 3 versus 1, and he has a Tangela, and I have a Galarian Slowking. Which, my Sludge Bomb KOs, unless he's fully Spadef. But yeah, Sludge Bomb kills, so I just have to click that once to get the dub, which is going to be cool. But this Tangela is probably going to be annoying, as Tangelas tend to do. But it can't do a lot to me, because, how many turns of, Giga Drain and Leech Seed will it take for me to get into regen mode, and then I can just swap out and come back in, come on. But I'm asleep, so it's just a waiting game of when will I wake up, when will I have the energy to fire off the Sludgy Bomb. But yeah, there's a Leech Seed. This is probably Sleep Powder Leechy. Man, if only I had Thwackey, man. Imagine that. But Thwackey had such a bad matchup here, I don't know. Alright, it's just a matter of time. I just wake up. Just let me wake up. Just let me wake up. So it goes from the knockoff. That's fine. That doesn't do a lot of damage. Well, it did a little bit more than I was expecting, because guess what? The 6th member had. It was a Life Orb. And I go for the Sludge Bomb, and that seals the game. So good game to my opponent. That was a fun one to play. I've mad respect for deciding to actually go through with bringing 6 Life Orb mods on everything. But at the same time, 2 of those kills should have gone to Urshifu, and Urshifu would actually be the number 1 kill leader of the league. But instead, it's number 3. Ugh, ew, disgusting. Ugh. But we still got one more week. So after this battle, I barely squeaked into position number 12. And then someone else had a game and just barely knocked me down to position number 13 again. And guess who's in number 12? It's Mid Pokemaster, who has the exact same record and differential as me, but is somehow ahead of me on a technicality, even though he, like, you know, whatever, stinky. I could beat Mid 1v1. Yeah, come on, 1v1 me. So basically, I have to win next week as well. I have to win next week as well, and I cannot emphasize that. Not only that, but a lot of other games really like matter to me. It's a slim chance. I have to win, and win by a certain margin based on other people's outcome, and the street sweeper agrees. The loud, noisy thing. At least it wasn't like some loud crash followed by like 700 sirens like yesterday, you know. No, actually it was a siren followed by a crash, followed by even more sirens. Yeah, it's exciting springtime in Brooklyn, everyone. Yep. Anyways, stay tuned for the. Can you stop? Can you stop? Thank you. Stay tuned for the rest of this season, and I'll see everyone later. Take care now. Bye-bye.